see right here, with Elevated Living today. And I am here to do day number 38 of walking on the compact treadmill. Day 38. Day 38. Let's let that sink in. Day 38. Day 38. 52 more days to go to reach 90 days of walking on the compact treadmill. Yay! It's a celebration, baby! Hey, it's a celebration. Celebration. 2 more days to reach day 40. And I was just telling my youngin' how when I first started out, I was like, my stomach was hanging so low. So because my core is getting even stronger, it's lifting up just from walking. So I'm gonna keep going. She was like, oh, you should do some like floor exercises. And I'm like, well, right now, my mind or something's telling me, or I've dedicated myself to just cardio for 90 days of walking on this compact treadmill for 60 plus minutes. And that's what I'm gonna do. For like 2 weeks I did double cardio, and I don't really feel to do that anymore, okay? So I am having 1 salad per day and eating other meals as well, like breakfast and dinner. And I'm trying to stick to just fruit bowls for snacks. And and that's what I've been doing. And then water. So I'm trying to have sensible meals before and after my salad. My salad is pretty healthy for me. I have the regular romaine salad that I purchased in the store, and I add cucumbers, tomatoes, chickpeas. I'm doing my choice of salad dressing, and I add the seaweed sheets. I just crumble up probably about 4 sheets out of this packet that I get, and it's doing really well. I'm really sticking to the diet, to my walking regimen routine every morning. This is day 38. I am dedicated, and I'm telling you, my stomach, I told my daughter, I said, it was. I can laugh because it's me. I can laugh at myself. But my stomach, I say, was sitting on my thighs, okay? And on my dad's side of the family, that is like the regular. It really is. My mom, really not on her side, really not the regular. My mom's always a person who kind of pretty much watched what she ate, and she was always active. That was just her lifestyle. And my sister's pretty much the same. But on my dad's side, it's pretty much the regular, okay? So I don't feel any way when I see it, because I'm like, hey, okay, I get it from somewhere. So, anywho, but since I've been walking, it's just naturally drawn in. If you look at my some of my shorts on here, my earlier videos, I was led to do this fast for spiritual purposes, and my stomach just naturally drew in. Even the summer of, I think it was 2022, that I did for that complete summer, I just did strength training twice a day for 2, I believe it was 2 months, just for 2 months. It wasn't even a long time, and I got abs. So that lets you know if you don't keep it up, things could go in reverse. So I went through some changes. You can go back and watch the videos and see. I'm not going to talk about it because sometimes it catches me off guard and I get teary-eyed. Hi, welcome to the party. So anyways, my body was just right on, was firm, all over, toned and everything. And then I completely just stopped. And it went in reverse, okay? So now I'm getting back on board. I've dedicated myself to do cardio because I know what cardio can do if you just get up and move your body. Hi, thank you for the love. Thank you for the hearts. It's much appreciated. So I've just been moving my body. My face has gone down. It was puffy, really, really cute. I was just looking at a picture. I'm like, ooh, it's just so puffed. But anyways, it's slim, everything. All my whole body is just slimming, okay? But my face slim first. I can see the difference in my face first. And I'm gonna keep this up. I'm gonna go ahead and get started so I can finish a little bit sooner than I've been finishing. I'm just gonna walk this morning. Yesterday, my goal is 60 minutes. However, with the cool down, and I've added like a secondary goal on the walk, which is to reach 3 miles. So it's taken a little bit longer. So yesterday, when I feel it, I do a little slow jog, but at that same pace, you can also brisk walk, fast walk, okay? So I would always, some years ago, go walking with my sister. She was in some walking, she was in her walkathon phase, whatever you want to call it. But it was fun. We walked all over the city every morning, and I would slow jog as she walked. I would never leave her. I would slow jog beside her. So you can fast walk at the speed that I slow jog. Some people can't. She's just a fast walker, okay? So, anywho, that's just to add a little bit of that. You can actually walk at the speed that I slow jog, okay? So anyway, it adds a little intensity to it. I notice I sweat more, the sweat burns my eyes and it don't, and I'm just, most of the time, I'm just regular walking. I was about to put on my 4-pounder weight, but I'm like, this body already heavy. So I'm not gonna add that right now, probably add it back later, but I did do that, I think straight for a week, and I had it on the other day. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the walk. We have somebody in the room. Loose. I don't know. Hi. Somebody says, can I have a shout out? I am on my dad's account. My name is Julietta. Hi Julietta. She's a Pisces. But anyway, hello, good morning. My friend Serene, hello, good morning. Thank you so much for visiting the live. Thank y'all for the thumbs up so far. Don't forget, when you come back and rewatch it, give it a little thumbs up, okay? So this is me. I'm gonna go ahead and get it started. When I feel the need to talk, I'm gonna talk it out. Okay, so I'm just not doing something to be doing something. This is actually been my life all the way through. I've always, wow, she get a long time on here. My daughter, she walked a long time. She walked an hour and a half. You go, girl. Over 3 miles. So, yeah, she's younger. She should be able to do 5 miles. But anywho, that's her own personal goal that she worked up to, but she did an hour and a half. So we both are sharing this compact treadmill. It was her idea to get it 2 years ago, and we alternated between the use of it, and then we had a transition and stopped for a while, and then once we transitioned here, we got back into the groove of things. We've been back on our eating healthier kick. Okay, eating healthier, being healthier, exercising, and that's what we do. Okay, so I know that When you feel better, you attract better. Okay? And I feel absolutely better, lighter. Let's go ahead and turn this up. I turned on the AC. Hey, before I got on here because it get warm so fast. So, anyways, I had my smoothie, a nice smoothie this morning. And yeah. Yes. Have my nice smoothie. And I'm gonna go ahead and get this walk in. Gonna beef it up. It's probably gonna go about, because I'm not gonna walk jog this morning. Yesterday, I don't know if I finished the thought, because sometimes I don't talk this so fast. So I jogged one of the miles yesterday. Okay, slow jog. One of the miles, not even trying to be in the Olympics, not trying to compete against anyone else, never do. Even though some people secretly compete against me and then try to say I compete against them. Go figure. But anywho, in my own lane, so I jogged 1 mile, slow, I always say slow jog. Slow jogged 1 mile yesterday, walked the other 2. I'm dedicated to doing 90 days, being attentive to what I eat, how I exercise, what I think about, just keeping my overall mind and existence in a good place has always been something that I've dedicated my life to. Okay, so I just brought it to the internet for whoever runs across it. But I know that the videos, only certain people videos get pushed, even though everybody makes them. So, however, family members, if, however long this platform stays in existence, and in this particular, as long as it stays in existence, then my family members, even after I'm gone, will have something to tune into and watch, okay? So my daughter will still have it, will have some of my journey documented, okay? Not a whole lot, but some of it is documented. I removed, I think, every last one of the gift basket videos, because that was something that looked like a group of people that already knew each other. And okay, I really wasn't a good fit for that group. I don't know who put me there, but that wasn't my idea, because I don't know anyone in that group, but ended up there. Hope I'm not still there. Anyways, I think about a week ago I saw one of them in the comment section. But anywho, I was just following a vision that I got in meditation to put my candles in a gift basket. And it just went some other direction, okay? So anywho, now I'm back on course from where I first started this channel. If you go from the beginning, this is pretty much kind of where it started, okay? So this is something I have always done in alignment with who I am, okay? And more in alignment with who I am. So I am, let's crank this up, get the speed going. So, it's a big jump. So cranking it on up to 2.5 miles per hour. So here it is. I am back on course. This is something that, because of things I went through in my life that kind of took me off of course of where I was, that I have decided, let's see, like it's something in the sheet. But anyways, let's see if I can explain it a little bit different this morning. So I am committed and dedicated to walking for 90 days, and I feel absolutely amazing since I have started this exercise routine. Okay, so 90 days is my desired number of days to do this for. This is day 38, with 52 more days to go. I'm glad that I can say 38 days, but sometimes things happen. So I always say, should something arise and I'm not able to complete it, anything over 30, I just feel is a plus. And I see amazing results already. So I'm excited to see the results at day 60 and then the results at day 90. So we have 2 more days before I reach day 40. Okay, yeah, day 40 and 2 more days, which is so awesome. So awesome, so awesome. So I am committed and dedicated to getting up and doing these 60 plus minutes of walking on this compact treadmill. So my daughter she's back in the groove as well. She has out her yoga mat, and she's been on the treadmill. So that's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. I know when she was younger, because especially after she started homeschooling, whenever I would go to the gym, I would do like the group exercises that's offered at the gym. I would also take her as well. So that you gotta move your body. It's good. So I know the benefits of exercising. Sometimes your life can get so busy that you really have to make time for exercise. So, excuse me, you have to make time for exercise. Exercising, doing something good for yourself, not just to be a size 2, if you get to that, but because of the benefits of it. There's such great benefits in just walking. Even if you just walk, move your body. It doesn't have to be fast, but I think if your body, depending on what your body and your mobility allows, you walk as much as you can, without going overboard. So I definitely stay. Oh, y'all know what? I don't know if I put this phone on do not disturb. Let me do that before I get too far gone. Hold the line. Okay, here we go. Like something on the screen. So, so there we have it. I don't want to talk about that, but anyways, I want to keep my mind focused on the positive and where I'm going with the thought that came up. I'm going to leave the past behind and keep it moving, okay? Sometimes you have to learn, yes. Get it behind me, honey. Bad thought, bad memory, bad experience. Just let it stay right there where it is. And let it stay under your feet where it is. Keep it moving. So, anyway, yeah. So I have learned, honey, that great deal. You know, you don't have to follow the crowd. Do you? Just do you. You know, depending on what you are attempting to accomplish. You realize, do you? If it's follow the crowd, do that. If not, everything gonna turn out exactly as it should anyways. Because once you know who you are, and you don't lose sight of that, you already won at everything. So the thing is, if you get distorted or get out of alignment, then it may not seem like it. But once you set your face and your eyes, honey, just set them and leave them right there. Stay in your own lane. You'll be just fine. Because a lot of things are not what they seem. So many. If you knew that, you'll free up. Free up. Okay? I'm not one of those, I'm not a child anymore, not one of those gullible people looking for validation from more than likely people who are gullible themselves. Good. So, anyway, all is well. I feel good. Real good. Lots of energy. And I have certain days, because I'm doing this every day. So on the weekend, I'm trying not to take a chill pill. Take it a little bit easier so the walks will be longer. But during the weekday, some days I go for the gusto, doing a little short jog to, it really doesn't speed it up a whole lot, but I think it does something. Like the time for me reaching 3 miles. So, and once you get started, just moving, it's like your endurance gets better. You'll see it gets better. You're able to do more. Like my daughter, sometimes I feel like she doesn't push herself as much sometimes. She walked an hour and a half yesterday. Got early. I told her at least just 30 minutes, but it's up to her what she feel like she's able to do. So she walked for an hour and a half. These walks feel absolutely amazing. Some days you have more energy than others. Whatever your biological system is doing, sometimes you really can't clock everything. But some days I have more energy than others. But all days I feel like I have good energy. But some days it seems like it's fire. Woo! Anywho, I got 2 bottles of water. It's about time to walk, so I've been kind of like thinking at least 1.5 or 1.25 of the cycle. 1.5, 1/3, maybe 1/4, probably. See. What's this? There was a like, I try to talk about something sometimes, but I know a lot of my younger years, you know, you allow people to give you an image of yourself. You're so susceptible to that. Depends on, I guess, what you're grooming entails as a young man. But I'm so thankful that along the way that my view got corrected and early on stopped looking for validation from other places. Even when you go, keep carrying on your journey, I feel like you still run into people who wants to view you a certain way or who views you a certain way and want you to view yourself that way. Sometimes it can line up with how you view yourself and sometimes not. And you have a lot of bullies that exist everywhere. And they'll use whatever power they have to try to force you into that particular view of yourself. They'll distort your view, have it all lopsided. If you're not living into the presence of the divine Most High, you get your identity, or you didn't have someone who help you to view yourself healthily. And that's one of the things I really gathered from my mom. My mom and my oldest sister, which is those two. And to me, in the time that I was a youngin', you know, how should I say, the impressions or the views were a little different. The filters in society were a little, they're still the same, it's just the era is different. We have less judgment on certain situations, certain conditions. There's a lot less judgment, I feel. People are being more real, more accepted, more real, I say. Because a lot of people who run like a lot of judgment on individuals are a lot of times twisted. If you were to get a closer view. But anywho, I am just thankful for her watching her journey up close, because I was one of the ones who didn't mind walking closely with her. I loved spending time with her, especially when I was young. And she took me almost everywhere. There were times that I spent time at my oldest sister and her husband's house with their children. So that was how when she didn't go. But anywho, just seeing her and how she felt about herself, regardless of the noise, you know, her relationship with the Divine Most High, she didn't let anyone define that for her. And today, you have less than perfect people trying to give you your identity, define you. But if you were to look into their lives, a lot of childhood, as my sister said. That's my favorite word, childhood. But anywho, that you'll find out everybody's on a journey. Everybody is developing, evolving, learning, growing. Most are anyway. You got some people, seems like they just stay the same place for a long, long time. But for the most part, most people are growing and developing, evolving, as they should. Okay? Learning valuable lessons. Okay? Some people stay put, it's their whole life, their whole lives, because that's where they found their best fit in life. And that's cool. Whatever floats your boat. So, anywho. So, anyways, but watching her, I feel like, and listening to her and other people, you know, talking and getting that information and soaking it up. Valuable information. Okay, so yeah, so I'm not so susceptible to a lot of bullying. Alright, they may not call it that, but some people are. You can get peer bullies, and you find birds of a feather. That's true. They tend to flock together. So. Bullies tend to flock. Those people with those types of personalities and characteristics, they tend to flock together. Ooh. Anyway, so it's up to you to view yourself correctly. I know one of the ways to do that is something that I have practiced my whole life, something my mom embedded in me from young. You do unto others as you would have a life done unto you, whether they do it or not. You still have to go through life with clean hands. You know, yes, there are times to stand up for yourself. You don't let people think. My mom used to say, you don't be anybody's footstool. These days I hear them say doormat, same meaning. Okay? But you stand for yourself. Stand up for yourself, stand up for what's right. And that's one of the things that I do. That's why a lot of people try to get away from, I'm not going to say religion, but anything that has to do with the higher power, because they want to erase having a conscience. I mean a conscience of when they do people wrong or ill. No, there's a way you handle things, deal with things in life. Everybody has their own calling. But at some point, I don't care what you do, if it's good or not so good, they're going to circle back around. Somehow it's going to show up in your respect, you know. So, me, I decided every morning I give it up. to just have good intentions toward myself and others. You know, um, yeah, there are people they not into that, but that's what I was about to say. That has been my agenda every morning that I rise. Is to rise with good intentions to make the world a better place for myself and the people that I come in contact with. And I'm teaching to those that I'm in close proximity with, because whether or not you see people reaping what they sow, I know that the Most High God is keeping track, and the universe is keeping track. There are laws that are set in place in the universe, and that's one of them. You know, so to go and do, that's what I do. Set out to do all the good that I can, all the times that I can. So there are times now that you do have to stand up for yourself. These people that take your kindness for weakness, they'll make that mistake and take it for a weakness. And there are structures set in place that you can healthily stand up for yourself. You can stand up for yourself now. If it's in your own personal environment, it's on you, depending on what you have to stand up to. You know, different people are subject to different things. But I'm glad that I'm not trying to, yeah, a lot of people didn't like me when I was younger because two of my sisters, they said I talk too much. Sure do, I'm gonna tell. If you do something I feel not right, especially to me, I'm gonna blab. I've been like that since I was young. You call it what you want. If you're doing something, especially I feel that every child should learn that. That's why so many people get away with stuff, especially people doing bad things to little kids, because they stay silent. But to one of our sisters especially, she tell anything. I should just go home and tell mama. Sure. Yep. I sure did it. Even at a young age, I'm glad I learned that. Because there were a couple people trying to make me feel bad for that. And as I reached adulthood, I learned that's not a bad thing. You're young, somebody doing something you feel not right, tell it. Yeah, tell it. Go tell it. But that's what they don't want you to do. For some, they don't want you to do that. No, even as an adult, the same people, a lot of times. No, still don't know how to stand up for themselves. No. Yeah, there might be some repercussions behind it, but somebody would have done something to people I don't know. Shit. Yeah, my mom would have listened. I done even told those people at the school. Shh. The counselors, the principal. Somebody would have listened. You have to learn to stand up for yourself. Because That's what people want you to do, keep quiet about dirt. Sometimes they do it. No. Especially, you know, when it's you, for sure you stand up for yourself. It's up to you whether you want to tell other business. But having a healthy self-image and a healthy self-love, it does. And yeah, but if you trust God and you're not doing people wrong, you're not hurting people, most I will take care of you. Sure is, if you have pure intentions, you have pure intentions and your hands are clean, the Most High will definitely take care of you. The universe is looking out for you. And you bear no ill will to anyone. Then that's reciprocated back to you. And I thank the Most High for divine protection, divine guidance, away from especially traps that were set for me. Thank the divine Most High for a high, elevated level of discernment, you know, for people. You may have to learn a couple lessons. And when they come around again, you're like, let people fool you. You know when you've seen it before, and you know when you've heard it before. Now, first go around, it might be on them. But the second go around, if you fall for the same thing, that's on you. Sure believe it's on you. So learning wisdom is vital to maneuvering, journeying, your journey in life. It really is. I'm telling you. I was out on the boat the other day, and there was this gentleman came up after my entire time of being there, and I had dropped one item, and I knew I did, and I was gonna go back and get it because I didn't want to take it on a boat with me, but it was a long distance to get back to my vehicle, kind of. So I was like, I'm gonna hide it right here, and I'll come back when I finish. So after I got out of the water and stuff, and headed back to my vehicle, this person came and handed me that item. And I was like, they've been watching me all this time, and they're gonna try to smartly ask me out. In what universe? Not this one. That means you've been watching me the whole entire time. No, that was weird for me. You know what? That was weird. Because I hid it. And that was like at the beginning of my time there. So, anyway, I don't know what their motives were pure or whatever. But honey, my discernment intends to send up a red flag. Sure did. I'm good, thank God. I'm not in a desperate place. Don't feel desperate. And that everything is good. But in a peaceful place, I feel like I'm in a good space in my life. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it like that. But I'm like the person watching me the whole time. It was kind of weird to me, but I don't know if they just wanted that interaction or wanted to see how gullible I was. I don't know. But that was really weird. But anyway, yeah. pay attention. I don't care what's coming out of the mouth. Or whatever the spirit is telling you is really transpiring. That's what you have to tune into. So anyway, I'm at 2.7 miles per hour. Almost at 37 minutes. What's the distance? I'm just topping this one. Yesterday I was quiet. Almost 1.5 miles, 1.48. So that's not too bad. So it'll probably go to 70 minutes. I think it's good. Getting this walk in. I was going to keep up the cardio twice a day, but I'm not. I'm just trying to eat not less, but less of calories. You know, but the salad kind of holds me over for a great bit. I put some nice stuff in. Should do. Here's day 38. Day 38, I'm walking 60 minutes on this compact treadmill. I'm seeing awesome results. I drink a lot of water. I feel like I drink. I mean, not excessive, but make sure I stay hydrated. I had, what did I have yesterday? Tea. I had a little bit of tea. I had tea yesterday. That's a big number. Went up to 10. Went up to 10. And then we can take it up to 3 miles per hour. I heard about my sister, one of my sisters. Cause they're a little bit, they older than me. I was a little kid, and they was up. What my sister said, even when she tell it down, she sounded like she's still mad at me. Yeah. When I used to go, I didn't tell horrible stuff. I just used to go report that to the CEO. I didn't tell my mom. But I didn't get involved in a lot of things. I was almost, I feel like, mostly a kid at heart for a long time. Because a lot of times, my older sisters and brothers started having children. My desire was to be with my nieces and nephews. So they weren't going out anywhere. But I would go, as I got older, I would stay nights at their house just so I could keep my little nieces and nephews. That's what I did. That's what I enjoyed doing. Or I would have them bring it to the house. So I had this big room to myself, and I would have, my nieces and nephews, a few of them are my age. are close to my age. But the little ones, I don't have them. So I remember one of my sisters, she went on a trip for a week to visit my older sister in New York. And I was watching my little niece with my mom and I, but I did mostly watching. I take care. So, and I would get her ready for school. Before I got ready for school, I would get her ready. She did her hair, so all I had to do was switch out her barrettes. So I would switch out her barrettes, and she had her clothes. Probably got to get them from too. I don't know. I sort my daughter's clothes out when I went on vacation one time. But she had them sorted out by the day. And she was like, when I come back, I want all my baby clothes. And I had them all ready. I put them back separate for each day in the bags with the barrettes. So, and the socks. She had all the socks together. But why I can't keep all my socks now? They get lost in the sauce. But anyway, I was like that with my daughter too. And she was a little young. I only went on vacation one time without her. And I thought, got those large Ziploc bags, put an outfit for each day with the barrettes and the socks. Only had one time. Yeah. But it was funny. I felt like it was funny. For real, in our house. We didn't have to go far for fun and laughter. Oh, goodness. Almost at 45 minutes to point. 7 miles per hour. And the distance is almost 2 miles. It's 1.85. So to get 30 miles, probably gonna be close to yesterday. I believe that there are more, even no matter the bad-minded people you come in contact with, no matter the not so good experiences, you know, or the people that seems like they may be in opposition to you, I still believe that there are more people who are for you than there are against you. But they themselves may have had similar experiences, and also filtering out people, you know, weighing out people's situation. But you have a lot of dark, evil people in this world, and so many people put on a good front about being on the right side of things. They do completely for me, but they can't do it forever. So after a while, they begin to show the true colors. But there are more people who are for you than there are that are against you. But something occurred that while I was in the realm, and I felt like that I was had when I first got there, I really didn't come out or go many places, but because when I was there mostly, the pandemic was happening, so I didn't really get to explore a lot and do a lot of things like I wanted to, but I did do some of what I wanted to. But there was just this one thing that occurred while I was there. And it was like the person planned it. And they did. And when the law enforcement person showed up, they knew they was a part of it. They knew the person. So they kind of got in alignment with them. So I ended up calling and talking to their supervisor and told them everything that happened. You know, they even went back and looked and said, and it was like, no, you know, they've been instructed to correct what they did wrong. You know, it's just real foul. But anyway, I said that to say this, that there are more for you than there are against you. I don't care who, when people are doing wrong, there are structures and channels in place that you can stand up for yourself and seek out what's right. Because everybody is not walking the dark side. I'm telling you. So, anywho, everybody is not walking the dark side. But I'm telling you, it's planned. I'm like, what the what? So, anywho, yeah. Planned. Sitting up this plotting. So even in that, there are more who are for you than there are that are against you. And there are structures and channels in place for you to stand up for what's right. Because you have to know with all of the stuff you hear about going on that's not right. And you know things that are happening, even if you don't experience them or see them right off. But there has to be a balance in the universe. You just can't have all the darkness and darkness just winning, what kind of world would we live into? What kind of world would this be if there were no people doing good and standing up for what's right? You know, you have to be on the side that stands up for what's right. And sometimes you have to be very particular about taking a side because you'll never know who's just putting on a good show. But depending on where, your experience with things or whatever, your gift, your gifting, a lot of times you can see right through the foolishness, right through the foolishness. You can see right through it. But it's like, what kind of world would this be if there was no good in it? If there weren't any people in it that had good intentions? I don't talking about you got to be, I don't even follow all this. Well, I believe in the divine Most High God. And I do believe in what I believe in. I have my faith. But I don't just follow everybody. Just around here talking about they this and they that. Because you can't even really trust that. But there's plenty of people who are standing up for what's right. If you had nobody who was standing up for what's right, things would be way worse than what it seems. But there are more people who are for you than there are that are against you. I don't care what it looks like, what it sounds like, and darkness, evil get in your ear. If you allow it into your mind, it'll get in your mind and try to make you think that there's just no good people left in the world. Nobody's doing what's right. That's a lie from the kids of hell. Listen, there are people who are standing up for what's right. Because if you side with evil all the time, this world will be way worse than what it is now. Very good to be. Way worse. I'm so thankful for the structures that are set in place. There's some people that try to tank things. Can't stop that because darkness is going to be working everywhere. I don't care where. But you have to be a person who decides to stand for what's right. Because when you do that, then you look out too for others. And when you do that, what you put out, it'll find its way back also in your experience. It will. So everything you put out somehow it returns back to your experience. Whether it's good or not so good. And just because you stand up for yourself sometimes, some people take that as a negative. They don't like it. You just dislike you for any little reason. But as long as you're standing for what's right, then you can't never feel like you've done wrong. And that's something you will call, or y'all call. And all the while, there are people with different agendas. Sometimes they'll try to paint it as a certain agenda to fool you. But really behind that mask is the real agenda. And when you're in tune, when you're in alignment with the Most High revealed to you, you see right through that camouflage. Right through it. You see right through the camouflage. That's why sometimes when you dedicate your life to being, I'm not being a true vessel of the Most High and the universe to do what's right. So a lot of times you don't stay in the same place. Because you don't realize how powerful the divine Most High is, and you moves through you when you allow it. When you allow that divine energy, divine presence to move through you, to operate through you in a good way. Sometimes you'll get moved to different places, move around different areas. Half of the time, you be there on assignment and don't know it. But dark side know it. So you may not know because you just always decided when you wake up, you're waking up with pure intentions, pure heart, and you're gonna live life with clean hands. You know, so, and that's the vessel that the divine Most High and the universe desires to work through. Those are the individuals. And no matter what industry you're in, what field of profession, you know, I don't have to be the highlight of everything, never had to be. I know how to be a base. I know how to be a battle. I'm just walking and talking. We can do this. All right. Take it how you want. All right. But yeah, that's why so many people sell themselves, sell their soul, sell their family, sell their children. Because we have to be the most accomplished, the most highlighted. Yeah. I don't know what we sacrifice sometimes. Anyway, just to say this and that, because I notice there are a lot of people with gifts, natural gifts, and they never get a platform. You see it so many times, but then there's a selection of a few that do. So you, at some point, you have to know that a lot of things are rigged. A lot is rigged. Once you realize that and come to that conclusion, you can get free from a lot of stuff. Okay? A lot of stuff. It's rigged. It really is. You have a lot of people with just pure talent, natural gifts, and they never made it to a platform, not a big. So a lot of things are just rigged, and a lot of people are just planted. That's just the way it goes. We're now at 2.7 miles per hour, 61 and a half, almost 62 minutes. And the distance is 2.7 almost half an hour. Going out an hour. Oh, I'm gonna be finished in like 7 minutes. I'm not driving today. I finished this little walk a job for a mile yesterday. It's a good handy dandy compact treadmill. Day 38. 2 more days, day 40. And then this is like Wednesday. After midweek. What's considered midweek Wednesday. 2 more days till Friday. Friday will be day 40. Another milestone will be reached. Day 40. I know my salad yesterday was so good. It was good. I think I may just start having a smoothie in the evening instead of eating like, but sometimes it's just like, I'm not even really hungry, but I'll eat something, especially if my daughter made something. But I may just start doing smoothie twice a day. Smoothie in the evening. Might do that for 1 week. See what happens with that experiment. Maybe I'll start. Should I start Monday? I don't know. I might start doing a smoothie twice a day. Sometimes in the evening I'm not really hungry. So those days I don't even feel hungry. But I don't want to not eat. I'll probably just do another smoothie. Okay, we are 2.7 miles per hour. We're at 0.13. We're at 0.12 of a mile to go to reach 3 miles. And we're at 66 minutes. Yesterday, 66 minutes, I was finished. But I jogged for a mile, up to 3 miles. And 1 mile walk to. And the highest is 2.7 miles per hour. I'm gonna be right here. Probably got about 3 more minutes to go. miles per hour. Yeah, 0.10 over a mile ago. 70 minutes. It's like Sunday. I didn't jog. I just maxed out at 2.7 miles per hour. You can take it up to 3. Oh, yes, I did. I took it up to 3 miles per hour. I finished in 68 minutes. This one, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, 0.08 of a mile ago. So, probably about 71 minutes. I'm not going to take it down. And I've adjusted to the speed. There's no, you don't have to be super religious like some people. Just because you're not around here trying to preach to everybody, I mean you don't have the divine higher power that you believe in, that you don't know who God is, or you don't know what the laws of the universe are. That's how I know. So you just know when you're a person that wakes up with good intentions for yourself and everyone, that you are the perfect vessel for use. And know that you are divinely protected and divinely guided, and that there is a higher power looking out for you. You have angels round about you. And angels are not tiny, honey. They're not little fairies and little whatever you call them. Angels are huge. So you have a shield of protection and divine guidance, because where we at? I think I reached 3 minutes. Yeah. I'm at 3 miles. She said 3 minutes. 3.02. 71.5 minutes. So, yeah, you just know that you have a higher power looking out for you, that there is something that is just evil everywhere and no good. You know, if that was the case, this place would really be in turmoil. And you can't think, if that's what you see, then you may need to distance yourself from some people. If all you see is just turmoil around you and evil, that's just not what's out in this universe. It is not the case, not everywhere. If that's all you see in your life, in your inner surroundings, you need to move. I don't know, sell everything, get up out of there, but remove yourself, pull back for a minute or something, and reevaluate yourself, even your own self, what you're attracting, whether you're there on assignment or you're just there by choice, but because there are good people still in the world. There are people who wake up with good intentions for everyone, for themselves and everyone. But if you keep surrounding yourself with all you see is dark energy, dark matter everywhere, just reevaluate your associations, reevaluate your life. I'm telling you, because there's good in the world. There are people with good intentions, and there are people who were set out to be just for divine use, good use, being a vessel used for good. And there are people that are set out, if that's all you see is just, you may need to turn off your TV or something. I don't know. And get into the presence of the Divine Most High so you can get what is tailor-made and specific just for you. Meditate, pray, turn off the TV. Maybe you're getting too much negative info from there. But there are a lot of people that are doing good in this world. And you can't, sometimes even on these social platforms, they try to paint a negative picture about so many people. It's like, what the what? You know? But anyways, you have to use your discernment on what you feel is right. Some of it may be true, some of it may not be so true. You know, because I know, I'm not going to get into that. But anyways, know that there are more who are for you than there are against you. If you're around a lot of people that it seems like they're just against you, then you may need to reassociate yourself with new people. Really, because God is not mocked. You know, there's truth, divine truth, I feel like, in a lot of the biblical text. There are more who are for you than there are against you. And you have to know that. And for one thing, when you have the divine Most High God who is for you, that's more than the world, honey, that can be against you. That's really all you need. But there are people strategically set also for good use, just like there is for not so good use. Know that there are more who are for you than there are against you. Know that. Stand up for what's right. You see stuff being done to you or to others and you feel led to, let it be known. Let it be known, because there are people in high places that are standing up for what is right. I see y'all. This is day number 38. I see you on day 39. Peace and beautiful blessings. Until next time.